Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Assalamu alaikum. Today we will discuss the second law related to gas, the Charles law. It was presented by Charles in 1787. This is the relationship between volume of a given mass of a gas and absolute temperature. By absolute temperature, we mean that it is the temperature at Kelvin scale. So Charles law states that the volume of a given mass of a gas is directly proportional to absolute temperature at constant pressure. It means that if we have certain volume of a given mass of a gas, of a fixed mass of a gas, then by changing the temperature, the volume will correspondingly change. If we increase the temperature, the volume will increase, and if we decrease the temperature, the volume will decrease. So converting proportionality into equality, then V is equal to Kt, where K is called Charles law constant, or K is equal to V by T. So equation 2 gave us another statement to Charles law. It states that the ratio between volume and absolute temperature will always constant at constant pressure. Suppose we have a gas having a volume V1 and temperature T1. Then if the temperature is changed into T2, then volume correspondingly change into V2, but the ratio between volume and temperature remain constant. Now to prove it, we explain Charles law by taking a very simple experiment. The apparatus used for the experimental verification of Charles law consists of a cylinder. The cylinder has a piston. The walls of the cylinder are insulator. Heat cannot pass through it, while the bottom of the cylinder is heat conductor. When the cylinder, let's say that the gas enclosed in the cylinder has certain volume which is V1 having certain temperature equal to T1, and the pressure of the gas is kept constant. When the cylinder is heated to certain temperature to T2, then the pressure inside the gas increases because of the increased kinetic energy. It collide with the walls of the piston. As a result, the piston moves up and the volume increases while the pressure remains constant. So, according to the Charles law, V1 divided by T1 is equal to K1. Now, if the temperature increased to T2, then volume also increased to V2, then V2 divided by T2 is equal to K2. Now, the value of K1 and K2 are same. It has same value, so it remains constant. So, as K1 is equal to V1 divided by T1, and the value of K2 is V2 divided by T2, then both sides of the equation are equal. If further the temperature increase, the volume also increase, then V3 divided by T3 is equal to K, and it is equal to V1 divided by T1, V2 divided by T2. So we say that by increasing the temperature, according to Charles, by increasing the temperature, the volume of the gas increases, while decreasing the temperature, the volume of the gas decreases, but we have to keep the amount of the gas and pressure of the gas constant. So we say that this is the gas, V1 is the volume before heating the cylinder, T1 is the temperature of the cylinder, but the pressure P remain constant. So these are the initial volume. The final volume, when temperature is increases, then the volume increase to V2 while the temperature increase to T2. Now as we know that V1 divided by T1 is equal to K, and V2 divided by T2 is equal to K prime, then K is equal to K prime, therefore V1 divided by T1 is equal to V2 divided by T2. Here a point should be noted that there are so many scales for temperature, the Fahrenheit, the centigrade scale, but to explain the Charles law, temperature must be kept in a Kelvin scale. Otherwise, both sides of the equation will not give us same value. So whenever we have to solve the problem, relating to Charles' law, then it must be keep in mind that the temperature must be in Kelvin scale. Now, how to convert centigrade into Kelvin scale? Then K is equal to centigrade degree centigrade plus 273. Suppose now we have a gas having a temperature of 50 degrees centigrade, then the temperature in Kelvin scale is equal to degree centigrade plus 273. So 50 plus 273, it will give the temperature in Kelvin scale. The graphical representation of the Charles law. Let we take volume on y-axis and temperature on x-axis. 0 degrees centigrade, from left to right the temperature goes on increasing, while from right to left the temperature decreases. Here the temperature is 0 degrees centigrade. In the left side the temperature change decreases to minus degree centigrade, while from left to right the temperature increases to plus degree centigrade. Now let's say we have a gas at certain temperature. Let's say this is the temperature, the volume of the gas is calculated to be, this is the volume at this temperature. So if the temperature gradually decreases, the volume of the gas also gradually decreases. Now when we reach to minus 273 degrees centigrade, the volume of the gas is theoretically become zero. If we look at this point here, the volume of the gas become zero. So this temperature minus 273 degrees centigrade is said to be the absolute temperature. But remember these dot lines that before attaining this temperature, all the real gases converted into liquids, and Charles' law is for gases, not for liquids. So to attain this temperature, all the real gases converted into a liquid state. This temperature, theoretical temperature, is said to be absolute temperature, and it is the lowest possible temperature. One thing should be kept in mind that this temperature is not attainable because the volume of the gas at this temperature is theoretically zero. The zero volume means that mass has been totally destroyed, which is against the law of conservation of mass, which says that mass can neither be created nor destroyed, but it can be changed from one form into another form. So if we say that the volume becomes zero, then it means that mass has been destroyed, which is not possible. So this temperature is not attainable. This is the coldest temperature, and this temperature is used to introduce another scale which was called the Kelvin scale of temperature. How to solve the problem by taking Charles' law under consideration? Remember, in the previous lecture, I have told you that if you want to solve the problem, first of all, you should have to write the data, extract data from the given question, then write the formula. Then number 3, putting the values along with their units in the formula, and at the end, the correct answer with the unit. For example, if 3 decimeter cube of air is heated from 300 Kelvin to 400 Kelvin at constant pressure. Look at this. The pressure is constant. It means that the question should be solved by using Charles' law under consideration. What is the volume of the gas at higher temperature? So 3 decimeter cube is the volume, is the unit of volume. So V1 is 3 dm cube. Similarly, Kelvin is the unit of temperature. So this is T1. It is T2. So T1 and T2 are given. V1 is also given. Then we have to calculate the volume, the final volume, which is V2. So the data from, we have to extract data from the question. V1 is equal to 3 decimeter cube. T1 is equal to 300 Kelvin. T2 is equal to 400 Kelvin. And V2 is equal to, it has to be calculated. Remember that if temperature is given in centigrade, then we must have to convert it into Kelvin scale. Now the formula V1 divided by T1 is equal to V2 divided by T2. We are going to calculate V2. So V2 is equal to V1 T2 divided by T1. So putting the values with their units, Kelvin and Kelvin will cancel out. So the answer will be 4, and the unit is the unit of volume, which is decimeter cube. So it is all about the Charles law. Thank you and have a nice day.